New show. Also, Roland Martin is scheduled to stop by a little bit later, so stick around for that. But today, let's get to it. Let's go live. Right about now, I want to introduce today's guest. All right, so here's the situation, man. I'll be watching comedy. I'm a fan of comedy, man. So I'll be paying attention and watching comedians. And this young lady coming to this program right now, man, is one of the funniest working comics in the game today. I ain't gonna say one of the funniest young up and coming comics. I ain't gonna say one of the funniest female comics. You hear what I said? One of the funniest comics working in the game today. And she just dropped a new album, project, situation, all digital. Please welcome to the show, Paris Sashay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go live.
Hey.
What up with you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Founder and creator of the Teeth and Titties campaign. Yeah.
Right.
Teeth and Titties campaign. So what does that mean? Are they both new or just
the teeth was new.
Okay.
The titties saved me from damaging myself anymore. So that's why it's the Teeth and Titties campaign, because the titties saved you.
Oh, so there's a story that goes with that.
The story.
Oh, what's that story? Gotta hear it.
Well, you guys can Google it. You know, it's one of those things you don't want to tap.
Oh, you don't want to revisit it. Okay.
It's too much. I mean, I will say, sometimes guys ain't shit. Sometimes they overly ain't shit, and sometimes they can't take rejection, of course, because some men just believe that everybody should say yes, and otherwise happen.
Yeah, got it. So
the whole situation, I got new teeth.
Yeah, okay.
My titties saved me from damaging.
Kind of like
the fullness of everything.
Kind of like an airbag situation.
Yeah, they popped out when necessary, so they definitely saved me.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, good, man. Welcome back from that, because I do remember that was a serious situation. So, be good to see you on the other side of that. All right. So, introduce yourself to the people, man. Before we get into it, let them know who you are, where you're from, and how.
You gave me a good introduction. But hey, people, hey everybody. We all quarantined, but I am Paris Sashay, one of the what did you say? One of the funniest working comedians.
Yeah.
Same thing as well. So I'm a comedian, writer, entertainer, youth motivational speaker. I feel like I'm everything the Lord wants me to be.
Yeah. So that's new, because I ain't heard that one. You out here motivating the youth?
I've been motivating the youth since I started following my dreams.
Oh, okay.
It's not one of those things I just broadcast like, hey, I do this, but I do it. So I'm really like in the midst of the realness of talking to the kids and giving them hope and telling them to believe in themselves and things.
Now, is it? Do they believe it? Like, is it rewarding when you go in there? Because you got what's the guy, E. Thomas? He get in there, he get to yelling. Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher.
Oh yeah, no, I don't yell. See, I meet the kids where they are. Like this generation of kids, they different.
Yeah.
I don't really gravitate to lessons the way that my generation and the generations before me gravitated. These kids, you got to like meet them where they're at and make them feel like you one of their friends, and then you give them the realness of it.
How hard is that? How hard is it to do that?
It's hard sometimes because, a lot of these kids, they still human, so they still look at me and try to flirt, and I'm like, listen, I'm not a child.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like differentiate like the fact that like I may look like your friend, but I'm not your friend.
Right.
I gotta put this mother role on, and I don't even have kids. But at the end of the day, as long as I get one to believe in their dreams and follow their dreams, I'm fine.
That's what's up. Yeah, you've changed the world. If you get one, you didn't change the world. I like Eric Thomas because he get aggressive with his motivation. He's like
a dad.
Yeah, don't go to sleep. Sleep is for you can't sleep. I don't go to sleep. I don't even blink. You blink too many times and you'll miss out on your dreams. I'm like, yeah.
Right, and now you're sitting up for 4 days straight.
Yeah,
I'm like, so sleep not healthy?
Yeah.
You go to therapy and they like, make sure you get your sleep. You're like, I don't know.
No, that's not what the hip hop preacher said. Ain't what he said. I'm staying.
Right.
All right, so how have you? We talked to a lot of comedians on the show. How have you made the adjustment during the lockdown? Professionally,
I haven't really made the adjustment, to be honest. I feel like even with doing Zoom shows and Instagram, it's not the same. So I wouldn't really say I made the adjustment. I feel like I have to get back out there because all of what I'm doing on Zoom, it can be going great on the screen, but then when I finally get back on stage, it's like, where the funny at? I'm like, I was killing on Zoom. This don't work in real life.
Right.
I feel like the adjustment, I don't really know what comedy's like now. So I don't really think I've adjusted to it. But I mean, I've made the online shows work for what they are.
But that's a good point though. I've never heard it put that way. You don't really know. So it's almost a sense where when the world opens back up and we get back on stages, it's almost like starting over.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be like starting up. Because you don't know. Everything you wrote at home, you could think it's funny, and then you get out there and they're like, listen, I've been sitting in the house for too long, that shit not funny. Because you haven't had to act it out. You've just been saying it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know yet.
And there's some subtle cues that a lot of times, depending on your style of comedy, there's some subtle cues that when you're on stage, you take from the audience, right? So like, we can see what we being on stage can see what the audience can't see. I can see you groaning in your seat or getting uncomfortable or like trying to hold back a laugh, and then I'm going on that one. I'm gonna pick up. You can't do that virtually. Yeah, you can't take
people, grandmothers talking in the back, people got their face planted on the screen. It's different. It's weird.
They in there taking care, putting the baby down.
The baby's asleep, then they don't know how to mute it. So it's weird. This is more of a conversation.
Yeah.
The online shows are.
True indeed. So give me what's probably the most interesting thing that has happened during quarantine for you?
My album coming out. I mean, that's good.
There you go.
Yeah, the album, My Honest Ignorance, it just went out yesterday for pre-sales. It'll be available everywhere on the 18th.
Okay.
July 18th. So that was fun. I'm working on a bunch of writing projects. So I feel like once they'll pop off prior to even getting back on stage. So I feel like I won't even have to rush back and get back. Because everybody's going to be fighting for a spot when comedy comes out.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's going to be weird. Like if you're not good, I feel like quarantine helped to wing out the not good people. Because now if you're not good, you're not getting time anywhere.
Yeah, if you didn't survive lockdown.
It's survival on the stage. If you're not good, you eliminate it no more.
Yeah, because the spots and the venues is going to be like, listen, we got half full. We ain't got time to be jiving with you. You know what I mean?
They can't bet on nobody. Now, whoever they bring has to be good because it has to make up, and everybody have to make their money all over again.
Now, when and where did you tape this album?
I taped this album at the DC Improv. So
okay.
This was a home run. Back in January.
Oh, okay. Right before. Oh, so
right before Corona. So it was perfect timing.
Oh man. And so it's still current and fresh and the material is still relevant.
Yeah, it's definitely relevant because I talk a lot about race.
Yeah.
Like a lot of material. So that's now it's like white people are listening to the jokes like, oh, so she wasn't lying. It's like,
yeah.
No, I've been black 28 years straight. I never changed. I never switched it off. Just dealing with y'all bullshit forever.
Yeah.
And now it's on display. So it's good for purposes like those.
And the reason why I say that that's relevant is because I've been watching some specials and you can tell that, it was done a year ago. And with shit, being totally different. If the comedy is not timeless, you know it.
Right.
So I'm watching the special and I'm like, oh, this done older shit. I was like, they took this a year and a half ago. They just drop it in now because they ain't nothing else to do. I'm like, but between you and I saw Yvonne Orgy's the other night, and she shot in January too in DC, and hers was super timely. Yeah. Like she got it in right in time.
Hers was so good. It was so good to watch a black woman just on that platform and just be hilarious. I like the way she did that. Definitely.
Yeah. How do you respond to that point? There are some critics out there of women comedians, right? And it's I got a cousin. I ain't gonna lie. I got a cousin who doesn't believe women can be funny. And I'll name women comedians, and he'll be like, and he'll throw up the comparison. What do you say to people that think that way?
First of all, I think that if you think some bullshit like that, you're trash. Just to make a generic statement of women aren't shit. Aren't funny. That's like saying all men aren't shit. Yeah. And then there's good men out here like, no, I'm not like them.
Right.
All women aren't funny. Like there's so many men who aren't funny, but nobody talks about it because men just get to be unfunny and still get time.
Right.
As a woman, you got to be beautiful. You got to be like, listen, women are actually, to me, I think women are funnier than men, but men don't want to hear the truth. And that's the problem. Men can get up there and talk about women and tell how they feel. And then all the men are in the crowd going crazy. Soon as a woman get up there and start pulling cards, it's like, oh, this bitch not funny. She telling the truth. So I think that they mean that women who tell the truth aren't funny because it's too real.
Oh, because it hits home. It hit dog on home.
Now it's personal.
But in the industry, though, you got comedians that think the same way. And you got promoters and bookers that think the same way. And they give y'all different money and hold back opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see with the spotlight being on people like yourself, Tiffany Haddish, Yvonne Orji, some more, who's a continuous legend? Do you see those types of things changing in the industry?
I feel like
that behavior.
With everything going on right now?
Yeah. Or in general.
Prior to Corona, I feel like no. I feel like, people love to not book women or only put one woman on the show. But then I think it's on women if you are the only woman on that show and they try to limit your space, I say kill.
Yeah.
So much so that you're funnier than the other men. So now they looking at you like, why are you doing so much? It's like, because y'all said I wasn't going to be funny. And I thought to only book one woman, but it's two men up here who not funny and they doing a long ass time and no one's saying anything.
Right.
A woman gets on stage and she's not funny and her first 2 minutes is like, I told you women ain't funny. It's like, stop being biased. Stop being biased. It's biased.
All right, our executive producer, he has a question. He says, has your performances online lean more to being TED Talks than your performance style in front of a live audience? How is it different doing it? I would
definitely say it's been more TED Talks because on Zoom, it's just a conversation like this. You're just talking to people. So it's more so like an open mic on Zoom.
Right.
Every joke doesn't have to be funny. You can figure it out and they can either stick with you or they'll just be looking at you on the screen and then that's when all right, I need to change this joke because everybody's looking at me like I'm doing something wrong and we all in our own houses.
Right. People getting up and going to get up.
People taking bathroom breaks. You're like, wait, I wasn't done. Here's the second part. So I think it's easier to tell because you have to look at people directly, but you don't really have to stand up and go in and you don't have to really do your call. Like you don't have to do a stand-up set on Zoom.
Right. Nah, not at all. All conversation. And
I've that's it.
Quite a few and got paid an abnormal amount. And I was like, oh, really? Y'all want to do this every week? Yeah, y'all want to do this every week? Shit.
The plus you get more for sitting down doing less.
Oh, amazing.
But you don't get that burn in your chest like you do when you kill in front of an audience. So
it's kind of a trade-off. It's like a federal government job. You're just sitting there doing nothing all day.
Right.
Getting paid. We got Paris Sashay on Let's Go Live with Lamont King right now. Now you mentioned that you're 28. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
28. That's crazy. You a lot of people who don't know you have been in the game for a while.
Yeah. It's like 8 years?
Yeah, at least. What made you want to get into it at such a young age?
Well, I went to college because that's what my mother told me I should do. And then I got to college and I was like, I don't think this is for me. Maybe she wanted to come here. She tried to send me as her prodigy, but this isn't like, I'm tired of people telling me what to do. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to leave, but also I need to come up with a plan when I leave because I don't just want to be a failure. Like, oh, you left school, but what are you doing? Because parents always try to make you have this plan. You're like, listen, I'm a child. I don't have a plan. I'm trying to figure out how to be an adult. I don't need a plan.
Right.
I left college and then I came home and all of my friends were like, you funny. You should do stand-up. And I'm like, it's no way I'm getting in front of people and telling jokes. Like you couldn't have paid me.
Wow.
When I was in college to perform in front of people. Like I would take an F on a oral presentation just because I'm not standing up in front of a class letting everybody watch me.
Are you serious?
Listen, I remember the Fs. They're like, Paris. I would wait to the end. When it's like 20 people, they're like, when I'm like, oh, last because the period
put your head down. You got
Right. And the teacher's like, you sure? She's like, you the last person. I'm like, well, then that means I'm not doing it.
Wow.
And then I came home and my friends signed me up for like 6 open mics in 1 week. And they told me, and I was like, I'm not going. Like there's no way. So the first 2 shows I missed. And the third show, I actually went, my mother came. So it was my sisters, my 2 sisters, my cousin, and my mother came. And I got there and it was like 50 people in the crowd. Most white people. So I'm really like, I don't know how to do this.
Right.
So I go hide in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm not coming out. Like, I'm here, but I'm not coming out.
You just want them to really like skip your name.
I
Yeah,
wanted them to skip my name
yeah,
again.
yeah.
I
I've
already
been
did
there.
skip
I've
my
been
name.
there.
But the host, she didn't let up. I don't know how her and my mother connected, but they started talking. They both came in the bathroom, and the host was like, well, I'm not going to start the show until you come out. And I was like, oh, well, you must not going to have a show today because I'm not coming out. And then they started praying, like in the bathroom. They're praying. I'm in the stall hiding. Next thing you know, like 15 minutes later, we're in the bathroom for like 15 minutes. And then I just decided to come out. And then she's like, come on, you can do it. So I'm like, okay. And I go up. She's like, you can do 7 minutes. And I did 13 minutes.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it was history after that. It was a feeling that I got from the first laughter I got from being up there. I was like, oh, this is the thing. This is the thing for me.
So it was really the Lord. That was like a scene.
Yeah, he was speaking to me.
That was a scene from Soul Food and 8 Mile. All at one y'all praying in the bathroom.
Right. That was
Talk about your turning your breakthrough at Just for Laughs.
Oh, okay. So when I had first heard about Just for Laughs, everybody in DC was talking about it, but they always just said like they didn't pick people from DC. It was like you had to move to New York or to LA to get picked. And I'm like, this can't be true. Like, I'm one of those people. It's like, if people tell me that you have to do these things, I really want to see what happens if I don't. Because why are you saying it is only one way? Back doors are made because it's not only one way. So I started talking to some different people. And then I had went up to New York to visit to see if I wanted to move there. So when I first moved there, I got an audition. So I was like, okay. I prayed about it and I was like, I have to go because people keep saying there's only one way for you to get there and they don't pick people from DC. And they were saying they don't really pick black people. So I'm like, well, I gotta be the stereotype.
Right.
So I auditioned the first time. I kill it, but I came short. Like you had 5 minutes and I stopped at like 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Cause I'm like, I'd rather go under than go over.
But at that level, for people that don't know, they want you to be exact. If we told you 5, we want you to do 5.
They want you to be exact. Yeah. But see, the smart scale is they want you to be exact, but if you go under, that's still exact. Because now they're like, we have to bring you back because we want to hear that other 30 seconds.
Yep.
So I did that one, and then I went back and I did the second one. And I think, did we have 7 minutes to second? I think it may have been 7 minutes to second audition. But I kind of knew I had it. Because the way that I killed my first audition, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm in the rankings. So then I did the second one, and they don't tell you for like 2 months afterwards. Wow. So you're just supposed to wreck your brain for 2 months. Like, do I need a passport? Because I never had a passport prior to that.
Right.
So then I got the call back. So I ended up getting my passport like literally a month before I went to Just for Laughs. And then I go to Just for Laughs now. They give you a stipend. So you have to make a decision. Do you want to take your stipend and use it for the whole travel because it might not pay for it? Or how do you want to space it out? You still need some of your own money.
Oh.
So instead of taking a plane there, because I would have been coming out of my pocket twice as much, I caught a Greyhound from New York to Montreal.
Montreal, Canada. How long is that?
It was like maybe 14 hours, maybe.
Oh, on the Greyhound. Oh, geez.
So you had to change. It's 2 buses. You have to change. So it's like one halfway and then you switch to another.
Oh, yeah, that's commitment.
Actually, it wasn't that bad though. It gave me time to think.
Yeah, right. That's like, all brainstorming.
Time to settle in, think, take naps, and just get prepared for what I was about to do.
And calm the fuck down.
And calm down, right.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
Definitely. So then I got there, and the shows went great. So they did the walkthrough for the first show. That's the big theater. That's the big theater. So we did that one, and that went good too. But I'm not gonna lie, I got nervous at like 4 minutes, and we had 5. I got nervous at 4, and I think I wrapped the joke up again earlier than I was supposed to. But it was still a great set. It was still such a good set. I was like, okay, but as a comedian, now you're backstage thinking about every joke you should have done,
the ones you left out, yeah,
which ones you didn't do. So you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience overall. So I did that show. Then we had another show the next day. Wasn't as big. And then I ran into Little Rail at a party.
Okay.
He had sent me a DM on Instagram prior, saying he's seen my work. It was good. And if we ever are in the same area, he wanted to see me on stage. So it just happened to run into him in Canada. And he was like, well, I have a show the day after I was supposed to go home. So they give you a hotel for a certain amount of time. And if you stay longer than that time, you got to pay for your hotel.
Yeah. That's how it's always, the universe is going to do that to you.
Every time. So he's like, yeah, I have one the day after. So I'm like, so I have to pick the show or pay for another hotel.
Oh, that's how it always is. You meet up with somebody, be like, what you doing? How long you in town for? Oh, tomorrow? Damn, because I got something the day after that. And
right. Now you got to make a decision. Like,
yeah.
Do I want to be seen, or is it like, and sometimes you have to take the opportunity over the money because the money going to come.
Yeah.
So I stayed, I did his show, and that was good because that's where I met Wanda Sykes at. And that was her way of seeing me to pick me for her show. Got it.
And then the rest is history.
The rest is history. The rest just happened with the universe.
All right. Well, let's take your new album, My Honest Ignorance, is available for pre-sale now. Where? Like, how does that work? Just any streaming platform?
It's on Amazon. It's on Tidal. If you have Tidal.
Right.
Next week it'll just kick in. It's on Google Play, It's on iTunes, and it's on. The link is in my bio. It's one more thing.
We'll get it. We'll figure it out. So, I want to play a clip, if you don't mind, real quick from My Honest Ignorance, Paris Sashay, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second.
I like to get high and listen to my voicemails. It's my favorite thing to do when I'm high. Because it's the same person. Only person that leave me voicemails is my grandmother. Nobody else. And I think she be high when she leave them. Because she be saying some crazy shit on the voicemails. Every time she called me, she be like, hey, Paris, this your grandmother. You know your mother's mother? Bitch, I
know you! All right. Anyway, My Honest Ignorance. Go ahead and get that. But yeah, would you say this is the last question? Would you say your style, or I know it is different. How different is it from when you first started to the way you write now?
Oh, it's way more confidence. A haircut opposed to multiple different hairstyles. In shape, because it went from like I started comedy, it was regular. Then I just got depressed and kept eating Pizza Hut $20 boxes. Then I just blew up. And I lost the weight and then lost the hair. So really, I just left her in the past. So when I first started comedy, she's still there. So I'm the Steve Urkel Stefan switch now.
What's your alter ego name?
Oh no, see, that's why it's Paris Sashay. Remember when I first started, it was just like Paris. It was like Pretty Paris.
I thought it was always the same.
My stage name wasn't Paris Sashay.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. True that. The art of reinvention. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
All right. So the album is available for pre-sale, and then the 18th is dropping for everybody.
Everywhere. It's dropping for everybody.
Honest Ignorance. Hey, I'm glad you stopped by, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm always a fan. I wish you the best.
Thank you, Lamont.
Yeah, I'll see you around. Thanks for coming through. Let's Go Live.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'll talk with you.
Okay.
All right.